What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another cooking episode. Today we're going to be making some turkey chili. In front of me I have my chili seasoning, a white onion, a garlic, 2 Anaheim peppers, 4 jalapenos, and 4 habaneros. It's going to be good, it's going to be spicy. Let's get it going. First things first, you're going to get a cast iron pan. Put all your chilies in there and you're going to broil them. You just want to get a little toast on there. As you can see, I'm taking the cast iron pan into the broiler directly under the flames. If you have an electric oven, put it directly under the heating element. Every oven is a little different. Turn your chilies. I use my hands. You can use tongs, whatever you're comfortable with. Put them back in the oven. Let them char on the other side. After a few minutes, they should look like this. Now that the chilies are out of the oven, I'm going to try and get a little bit of that blackened skin off. You don't have to get it all, but it helps to get some of it off. All right. See if I can't get this damn thing on. Every time. Just wearing a glove for this procedure. And there goes another one. Let's try this off camera. We're going to chop them up, try and remove a little bit of that skin, and then throw them in some chili. Wear a glove for this. Helps with the burning. Once the skin is removed, you're going to cut off the tops of the Anaheim chilies. Cut into strips. Try and get some of the seeds out. You don't have to worry about getting them all. Do a rough chop and throw it in the bowl. Next comes the habanero. Chop off the tops, then you're gonna dice them up finely. These things are scorching, so you don't want big bites of them. Once again, add them to the bowl. Next, you're gonna chop the tops off your jalapenos. Cut them into strips. Dice them up, medium dice. Smaller than the Anaheim, bigger than the habanero. Now you're gonna do the onion. Cut in half, chop off the top, peel any bad skin off, give them a good slice, and you want to do a nice small to medium dice. Finally get into the garlic. You want to peel your garlic, give it a good smash, then you're going to fine dice it. It's time to heat up the pan. Let's get cooking. Now that your pan's hot, you can go ahead and add some oil. I like to use grapeseed oil, but you can use whatever you want. Add 2 pounds of turkey to your pot. Cook until no longer raw, unless you're into that sort of thing. Obviously, I'm kidding. Don't eat raw turkey, people. All right, now that the turkey's done, you're gonna want to make sure you get it kind of broken up. I don't like really large pieces of meat. If you like it more chunky, you can do that. I prefer it a little more broken up. The turkey is also going to break down as you cook, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Now that that's done, add your onion. Mix the onions in nicely. And your garlic. I think the rest of this part is self-explanatory. And your chili. Give that a good stir. That's looking good already. I let the onion sweat down a little bit, let the garlic warm up. Okay, you can see the onion starting to become translucent. Everything's nice and heated. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull a little bit to the side here. Throw in my tomato paste. Kind of cook it in with the juices there. Breaks it up a little bit. Alright, stir in that tomato paste. It's good to cook the tomato paste down a little bit first. It helps deal with the acidity. Now that the tomato paste is all warmed up, you can add a can of fire roasted tomatoes, a can of crushed tomatoes, and 2 cans of sauce. Put that in real good. Now I use the cans to measure out my stock. I use a combination of vegetable stock and chicken stock. Fill the large can halfway with veggie stock, fill the last way with chicken stock. Dump that right in. Once again, stir to combine. Now, if need be, as the cook goes on, you can always add more stock for more liquid. I like to use stock, there's more flavor in it. You can use water, but why not introduce more flavor? I'm gonna let that come back up to a boil. Now that you've gotten it start simmering here, you can turn the heat down, medium. I have it on high just to get it going. And now we're gonna take our seasoning. I start with about a half cup. The recipe is in the description. You can always add a little more later, but you can't take it out. So I prefer to start a little slow. I cook by feel. We'll probably need more, but this gets it going. Stir that in, get it nice and incorporated. Smells like chili. Let it cook on the stove, medium, low heat. You just want a light little bubble like this. And that's about it. You let it go. In a little bit we add the beans, but I don't like to put them in too early because they tend to burn to the bottom of the pan. So I wait for it to come together a little more, and then I will add the red beans. So now we play the waiting game. Stir frequently. You don't want it to burn, and that's about it. Oh man, it smells so good already. Woo. All right, now that it's been cooking for a minute, give it a little taste here. Yep, you can tell it needs more seasoning. So I'm gonna put about a half cup more my chili seasoning in here. Like I said, you can just keep building the flavor. You don't have to throw it all in at once. Allow yourself to taste it, make sure it tastes good. If it needs a little more, you put a little more. If it doesn't, you leave it out. I'm gonna go ahead and add more veggie stock. Thin it up. This will cook down as it goes and the flavor will just intensify. I'm gonna go ahead and put the whole carton in here. Don't know why I didn't at the beginning. Tried to use restraint, and that is not my strong suit. I'm gonna stir that back in. Now just let this cook. Simmer, it's gonna reduce, it's gonna get stronger in flavor. The spices are gonna mellow out a little bit as they boil off, and it's gonna be tasty, and we're gonna enjoy it. Let me get a little more here. Now it tastes like chili. The patience game. We wait. Right. Chili's been cooking for about 45 minutes. Now we're just gonna check on it. Give it a nice stir. Make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom or burning. I like to scrape the edges like this. Always kind of hard to get around there, but I get that back in there. That's some nice flavor. It's looking good. Now we gotta test it. See where flavor's at. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, so the chili's been cooking now for about an hour. It's cooked down. The sauce is thickened up a little bit. Oh, it's smelling so good. Give it a quick stir. Now we're gonna add our red beans that have been rinsed and drained. Stir those in. You wanna keep cooking it for about another hour or so. Those red beans tend to burn to the bottom of the pan, and that's no good. So make sure you keep an eye on it, stir it frequently, and then you're good. You're gonna have some chili. While that's happening, we're gonna grate some cheese up and get the toppings ready. Or you could do what I actually did, which is play a game for about 30 minutes until you're ready to actually shred your cheese. But you do you. Got some fresh chive, rinsed of course. We'll roll it up here in a paper towel. And then I like to chop off these little ends here. Voila. Ooh, look at that. Delicious. It's gonna be a good chili. You gonna ladle some into a bowl? Let's get a better angle here, huh? Take some of that fresh cheese you shredded. Put that right over the top there. You ain't got a cooking torch? Are you even a chef? Melt that cheese. You can throw it in a broiler. This is faster. Do a little dollop of sour cream. I like to put too much on there, just a little bit. Yeah, you hit it with some chive. And there you go. Turkey chili. Let's give it a try. Ooh, it's gonna be hot. Oh yeah. Delicious. Hope you guys enjoyed cooking with me again. Enjoy that turkey chili. Cook it for friends. Cook it with people you love. Till next time, rock on.